Thank you. Joining me today is Ginger Gosnell-Myers. Ginger, you've worked with the AFN in a number of capacities. Tell us about your involvement with the AFN.
Yes, I was a youth representative for the Assembly of First Nations for a number of years. I was the national co-chair, which meant that I had a seat on the national executive with the AFN National Chief and Regional Chief. So I had an inner look into how the AFN operated at that high level behind closed doors position.
And what was that operation behind closed doors, in your opinion?
What was really shocking and disappointing to me was how much money and how much wealth was being used to prop up the expenses of the executive. The budgets that were going into living allowances, car allowances, travel allowances. We're talking about hundreds of thousands of dollars on top of their salaries. And I think when we're looking at what is happening today, in my opinion, is connected to the amount of spending that's happening within the AFN and how little we actually know about those transactions and whether they're fair or representative of the work that we need to see happening in our communities.
So the chiefs just voted. The national chief is now out. Her position is now vacant. Mm-hmm. What's your opinion on that decision from the chiefs that voted her out?
It's really appalling to see our first female national chief voted out by a small fraction of chiefs during an online meeting. It's an embarrassment for First Nations across this country because we are fighting amongst ourselves. And I believe that this is a distraction from the efforts that RoseAnne Archibald was leading to see a forensic audit of the AFN take place, and that this was a means to stop those dollars and that amount and those numbers from coming forward and being shared with those of us.
Have you ever seen somebody removed from a position like this from a whistleblower complaint?
People should not be let go from top positions over a whistleblower complaint. That is an HR issue. It is not an offense that requires somebody to be removed from their position. And the national chief is a public figure representing First Nations. We need to have transparency and insight to those complaints. We don't see any evidence whatsoever. They need to release the reports that they have been conducting behind closed doors, both on the whistleblower complaints and on the forensic audit. We need to know what's been happening.
Ginger, thanks so much for your time and your opinion and joining us today. Thank you so much. Back to you in studio.